Welcome to the debate. Our focus today is on the ultimate human reaction to profound loss and dislocation. That feeling of being utterly lost, smarrimento, as seen in two very different classics. Defoe's Robinson Crusoe and Douglas Adams's The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And the central question is this: when you're completely adrift, does survival demand imposing familiar order, or do you have to accept a kind of radical existential absurdity? I'm going to argue that Crusoe proves we have to replicate civilization to endure.
And I'll be arguing that Arthur Dent gives us the truly modern answer. When your displacement is cosmic in scale, the only real path forward is adapting to chaos and just embracing the universe's absurdity.
Refuses to devolve. Instead, he elevates mere survival into a structured existence. He salvages tools, he meticulously fences in his habitat, he even sets up a calendar post to track time. And he successfully cultivates European crops, barley and rice. Most importantly, he sets up a political hierarchy, calling himself the governor or king. It's more than just managing resources. It's an instinct to reclaim dignity by replicating a known spiritual and material order.
See, and I think that whole framework, that idea of the rational man alone, it just completely collapses when you look at Arthur Dent. His problem isn't isolation on an island. It's planetary annihilation followed by, cosmic homelessness. He only survives Earth's demolition by, hitching a ride, and later he escapes an airlock only because of the pure random chance generated by the Heart of Gold's infinite improbability drive. Dent's entire existence proves that the universe isn't orderly. You can't replicate civilization because the universe is fundamentally nonsensical, ruled by an answer 42 to a question he doesn't even understand.
That reliance on the inexplicable, though, it strikes me as a kind of intellectual surrender. Crusoe survives because his methods are grounded in the material and the rational. He overcomes his despair by fetching arms, tools, and supplies from the shipwreck, and then, and this is critical, he augments that by making his own pottery, refining his agriculture. His survival depends on practical, tangible European technology and reasoned effort.
That's exactly where the old narrative breaks down. That reliance on rational tools is useless in the face of universal chaos. What good is pottery when the laws of physics are being actively mocked by Vogon poetry? Dent's survival is all about what I'd call absurd objects, tools that only work with chaos. His main tool is the Hitchhiker's Guide, an encyclopedia that provides knowledge, sure, but often in a way that just underlines how disorderly the universe is. And his salvation, the improbability drive, it literally runs on impossible coincidence. It turns missiles into a whale and a bowl of petunias. When the cosmos is illogical, you need illogical tools.
But Crusoe's stability is internal. His sanity comes from a process of moral and spiritual deliverance. He turns inward. He reads the Bible, he engages in penitence, and he finds redemption and meaning in his fate. He actively imposes a moral and spiritual structure on his isolation. He even wrestles with the problem of the cannibals through the lens of his faith, which gives him a stabilizing anchor.
Right, but that path of imposed moral progress it's not an option for Dent. His suffering is bureaucratic and random. He finds stability only through disorientation by realizing he's totally powerless. He and his friends are saved from the police not by some moral awakening, but because Marvin, the depressed robot, literally bores their spaceship into committing suicide. Dent achieves a kind of peace by recognizing that the universe doesn't operate on human improvement, but on unpredictable, external, and frankly hilarious cosmic disorder.
The enduring power of the Robinsonade, though, is that it highlights this fundamental human impulse to reclaim dignity and self-reliance. It's about deliberately constructing a known society rooted in familiar order, even when you're completely alone. Crusoe's triumph is the triumph of the rational man over the wild.
But for the modern protagonist like Dent, whose loss is universal, the defining factor is this necessary and often funny recognition of cosmic disorder. The best philosophy for survival is captured right there on the cover of the guide. Don't panic. I think, ultimately, These two stories force us to decide whether we're supposed to build meaning from scratch or simply learn how to navigate its total absence.